Now this problem I noticed is with the independent rear suspension with the 13-inch brakes. From what I've seen in the instructions, the brake housing, the caliper, seems to be the same. It's a 13-inch rear brake and there's an 11-inch front brake. You can see the difference. This is a twin piston. The rear is a single piston. And I just noticed another problem. We got very little clearance on this side between that emergency brake spring. And we've got lots of clearance over here. I don't think it'll be an issue. That spring shouldn't move too much, but the caliper should be moving a little bit. Unfortunately, I think the caliper will be moving towards this spring and not away from it. So we're gonna head to the forums tonight, take a look, see what we can find out. Alrighty, enough for now. Alright, Ray, just for you, I'll give you a once-over of the car. There's the front suspension, nice independent. Everything goes to the center. They say the ride on this thing is phenomenal. You can see the engine. We've got the air conditioning pump in, got the pulleys on, got the tensioner, got the alternator. We just put that in. I bought those all powder coated nice. Everything looks pretty. Distributors in, new wires. We're starting to wire the motor. Got the new wiring harness. The mice ate the other one. Got that all in. There's my clutch cable coming down. Got my headers in. I had a little clearance issue right here on both sides, so I had to chop those back a little bit. All right, coming around here, that is for the heater and the air conditioning. There's the heater air conditioning unit already mounted in. You can see the insulation. We have their insulation under it for heat. Up on the firewall, we have the same heat and we have sound. But I'm putting an extra layer of heat and sound throughout the car. Make it nice and quiet. There's the gas tank. You look up underneath. There's the exhaust system. There's a catalytic converter coming up. Going up to the header pipe, which is stainless. Came with the kit. I welded the pipes together. Screw that bolting crap. Wasn't gonna work for me. So I just got mufflers today. I'll be putting those on. It's Flowmaster stainless steel. There's my fuel regulator. We're trying to figure out a spot for that. We're thinking it's gonna go, maybe right about there. Maybe there. Not sure yet. Gotta lay some hoses out, see what's going on. Let me show you this rear end. This one's pretty cool looking. Fully independent. You got your lower control arm, you got your upper control arm, there's your axle shaft. I forget what they call that one. Some shaft that aligns the wheel. There's the shock, coil over shocks. Things have got massive 13-inch rear brakes. Emergency brake right there. This is out of a 2014 Mustang or newer. This is built, the rear end's built specifically for Factory 5 by Ford. It's got 355 gears in it. Yeah, it should run about 2,000 RPM at 65 miles an hour. There's our gas tank. The gas fill is going to be inside the trunk. There's my tranny. Tranny's in, Bug Warner T5. You can see the little tunnel here. Going from my drive shaft, going back to the rear end. And what I did on this one was I put the heat insulation on the inside. Because this tunnel's gonna get real hot with the exhaust right underneath there and you know, the header pipes. So we got that. We got our nice chrome steering column, which of course is tilt. There's our brakes, master cylinders. It's got a real unique proportioning valve. This rod moves. See, it tilts. So it only puts just enough pressure and then it gives on the other side. Alrighty, there's a quick tour. There's the motor, looking good. We'll be working on today. I'll send this to you. Alright, I just found another little glitch I ran into. I had the pins in the wrong place. The pins that have the hex nut at the end and the large boot right there go in the rear. I had them in the front, and I wondered how come the brakes were a little bit sloppy. These are the ones that go in the front. They don't have a hex head. They just have a couple flat spots for you to get a wrench on it. The rears have a nice hex head on them. The fronts do not. They have two little flat spots, and they have a very small little boot, where the rear boot's got this large one that goes over both of the notches in your caliper mount and on your bolt. You see? This one does not. The fronts just sit up against, just like that. So I was putting in the rear brakes and I noticed this problem. So I took everything apart, replaced them all. That's what I'm doing right now. Here's the front. Right here, you can see the small boot in there. Works very well. And what I'm in the process right now is you can see the rear brakes. How you can tell? The pins are different sizes. Yay! The rear pins are a smaller diameter than the front pins. They will fit in the front, but there's a lot of play. Be very careful of this. Just a little something to let you know. And I looked everywhere. I have all kinds of extra pieces for the anti-squeals. Well, none of these fit the back. They're all made for the front. I looked in every picture I could, every supplemental I could, and I couldn't find anywhere where they put in the anti-squeals in the rear. But the rear does have these little babies right there. So those must be the anti-squeals that keep pressure down on them to keep them from squealing around on you. We'll see once I get it up on the road if I get some squeal. Just another little tip for you guys. If you've got some close tolerances, such on your brake line, right there, it looks like it may hit that, or just vibrate just a little bit. If it vibrates, it's going to wear through it. So I took a piece of 1/4-inch hose, stuck it on over a couple tie wraps, boom. Just in case it hits, I don't have to worry about blowing out a brake line. Same thing over here. This one was a little bit closer than I wanted it. It just may rub. Even the vibration of going down the road will cause that to agitate back and forth. You gotta be careful with this stuff. Here's another one. If you've got metal fuel lines and you're anywhere near metal, see what I did here? I took pieces of pipe. That's radiator hose right there. And that's a piece of 3/8 pipe over there. You don't want these vibrating against the metal. It will wear through the metal piping, right? The frame's a lot harder than the metal piping is. So you want to make sure you put something in there to protect those. A piece of rubber hose works real nice. You should have plenty of that laying around. Alrighty, talk to you soon.